I found out I was wasting over $600 a year on laundry. As a mum of three, laundry is basically my unpaid side hustle and business is booming. After years of trial and error and a few tips from my mum, I finally cracked the code. So today, I'm sharing 11 easy hacks that save you money, time, and the planet too. There is a sneaky cost almost everyone pays without realizing it. The moment the machine heats water, your energy use jumps. Switch to cold and most of that cost disappears. That gap adds up fast, depending on how often you wash and how efficient your machine is. You could be saving anywhere from $60 to $200 a year. Not bad, right? That's a family night out, several bottles of wine, or grabbing that cute dress you want. Would you rather spend on laundry or fun? There is another sneaky cost almost everyone pays without realizing it. I'll show you how to avoid it once you see the next few steps. Cold cycles help your clothes too. Colors stay sharp, fabric stops shrinking, and stains don't get settled into the fibers. Now here is the catch. Some messes fight back. Tomato, red wine, and baby surprises harden if you hit them with heat. So handle those stains before washing. Grab the Filthy Clean Lifesaver Stain Remover and work it into the spot. It's coconut based and pulls the grime to the surface. The Lifesaver Stain Remover won't fix your life, but it'll fix your shirt. Once it softens, run the load however you need. You see, it's when you've got filthy clothes and you've treated stains like this, that's when it's wise to use a warm wash. Cold water does a lot of the heavy lifting, but it only saves money if the rest of the routine stops working against you. Most people throw money away long before the washer even starts. There was a time I poured detergent like I was making a cocktail. I thought the more the better. The more I added, the dirtier everything seemed to get, and the washer was getting worn down. I kept buying big bottles every month and wondered why laundry felt so expensive. Here is what I eventually learned. Too much detergent leaves a film that traps odor and wears fabric out faster. The machine strains to rinse it. The cost shows up in ruined outfits and a shorter washer lifespan. It's the perfect scenario for detergent companies because you go through the product twice as fast. There is an easy fix. Filthy Clean laundry sheets give you a measured dose in one pull. Drop a sheet in, close the lid, no scoops, no spills, and no guessing. You stop wasting money and the machine gets a break. If you still prefer liquid or powder, no stress, just cut the amount. Old top loaders need 3 tablespoons. Newer front loaders need 2 tablespoons. That single adjustment stretches your detergent 2 or 3 times longer than the instructions on the bottle suggest. If you want exact dosing for your machine, check its manual. The washer has no reason to push extra product. The detergent company does. And if you want the full breakdown, I cover it in my video, The Biggest Laundry Mistake You're Making, so I highly recommend watching that. Once you stop drowning your clothes in soap, you're going to save time and money with this next hack. This next easy change trims your costs without changing your products. Stick to full loads instead of small loads. This is the point where the savings multiply. You could save between 25 to 50% off your laundry costs without lifting a finger. Well, you still have to lift your finger to do the laundry, but you know what I mean. One day we'll all have robots to do laundry for us all while we watch TV dramas as they rehearse their takeover behind the dryer. So next time you're about to toss in a single shirt and jean combo, hold off. Fewer washes means less work for your appliances, and that is where the bills spike. A standard clothes dryer will cost you about 75 cents per load. If you're drying clothes after every wash, that adds up to over $160 a year. If you're not doing it already, line drying in the sun is a game changer. Not only does it leave your clothes with that fresh outdoor scent, but it's like free fabric softener from the sky. If you've got the space, drying racks or hanging clothes over shower rods can do the trick indoors. But let's say you do use a dryer anyway. Here's a few rapid fire tips. First, grab some dryables, like our Fast and Fluffy wool dryables. These little woolly legends bounce around like caffeine-addicted sheep, speeding up drying time and saving you cash. They also grab stray animal hair and soften clothes naturally. The Fast and Fluffy balls are a quick fix that'll have your laundry looking and feeling better without the extra hassle. Are your towels getting stiff? Toss them in the dryer for just 10 minutes to fluff them, instead of running a full cycle. This saves both time and energy. Need to dry several loads? Do the loads back to back. Once one finishes, start the next load. This lets you use residual heat from the first load to dry the next one. That way you're saving energy. And if you've got a moisture sensing dryer, you're in luck. These dryers stop automatically when your clothes are dry, saving you energy and preventing that dreaded over-drying that can damage fabrics and waste power. It's a great feature to look for if you're buying a new dryer. Let's make sure your washer is working just as hard as your dryer. There's a few dead simple settings on your washer that are worth knowing about because they will save you money. You don't need to crawl through the manual. These are really simple. First, use the high-speed spin cycle. It squeezes out extra water at the end of the cycle. So if you're not drying outside, your dryer doesn't have to work overtime. The less water, the faster your clothes dry in the dryer, and the more you save. Simple math, really. And for those loads that don't need a full-on cleaning marathon, switch to the short or quick wash cycle. It uses less water, less energy, and gets the job done in half the time. Your wallet and your laundry pile will thank you. Sorry to break it to you, but fabric softeners are the con artists of the laundry world. They smell nice while secretly wrecking your towels and your machine. I mean, they do work if your goal is to coat your clothes in an extra layer of chemicals, reduce moisture absorbency, which makes your towels feel like sandpaper, and ruin your washing machine over time because chemicals get left in your machine. You also use another plastic bottle that ends up in landfill. Here's what you could be saving if you move to a better alternative I'll show you. If you buy a fabric softener like Purity Sensitive, it costs you 23 cents per wash. If you do 5 washes a week, that's 260 washes a year. That's $60 a year on fabric softener. That's almost as good as it gets for a softener. More expensive brands will set you back 3 times that. The swap? Use Fast and Fluffy dryables instead of a chemical fabric softener. These soften your clothes naturally. By using the balls instead of fabric softener, you avoid adding chemical nasties that stick to your clothes. The balls are made from New Zealand wool, so you can thank the little fluffy sheep for softening your clothes. These guys really do it all. I've got them cleaning up my children's bedrooms. My husband likes to remind me of the day he caught me tossing a barely worn jumper into the wash. He picked it up, looked at it, and asked why it was even in the basket. I wore it for an hour or two for an outing. No spills, no sweat, it was fine. I just washed it out of habit. You might be doing this too. Every unnecessary load burns water, power, and detergent, even though nothing needs cleaning. When I stopped doing that, the difference was clear. With our usual 5 washes a week, that trimmed the laundry cost by about 20%. Here is the simple guideline that keeps it tidy. If you wore something briefly and it stayed clean, hang it back up. If it's sweaty, spilled on, or part of your workout gear, wash it. I'm not telling you to wear those gym socks 3 times a week in a row. Gross. But by doing this, clothes last longer and the weekly workload drops. The next point builds on this and pushes the savings even further. If you're looking to stretch your savings even further, switching to off-peak energy rates is a no-brainer. Off-peak windows are usually 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. This simple switch could save you around $30 to $60 a year in electricity costs. The more you wash, the more you save. Modern washing machines have timers, so you can do your laundry while you sleep or are out of the house. This means you're saving money while you snore. Talk about passive income. As long as your washing machine isn't an old one that sounds like it's about to launch into orbit. Combine that with just the cold water wash tip from earlier, and you can reduce your laundry bill to around 3.6 cents a load. That's basically pennies. When you upgrade to an efficient washer that's 5 or 6 star front loaders, the running costs drop dramatically. A 5-star washer costs around $30 per year, compared to $147 a year for a lower rated top loader. To help you get more accurate numbers for how much you can save on your laundry's energy costs, we've created a free cold versus warm washers savings calculator. I've linked to it in the description below. Keep in mind there's a lot of assumptions that go into these estimates, so your mileage may vary. If you're a numbers nerd, I've tried to give you a few extra options to really dial in your savings costs. Also, right before publishing this video, I learned that Australia has introduced super efficient machines with a 7-star rating. The energy savings on these newer machines are insane, so I've updated the calculator to go up to 7-star efficiency. Most people waste hundreds of dollars a year on laundry without even realizing it. I was losing over $300 myself, all because I was buying overpriced liquid detergents and laundry capsules that just weren't cost effective. If you're using standard detergent and hot warm wash at peak times, you could be spending anywhere between $445 to $513 a year on laundry costs. On the other hand, if you switch to Filthy Clean detergent sheets and do primarily cold washes in off-peak times, you slash those costs down to $92 to $107 a year. You save money, but you also no longer make a mess or guess how much to pour. Just one sheet for one load. Gotta love some basic maths. Plus, they're compact, eco-friendly, and show up at my door. Leaving the house is a big ask sometimes. That's money back in my pocket. Here's the key to making all these changes stick. It's not just about the actions, it's about 3 simple rules that make new things easy, even natural. If you live by these, you can save even more money than what I've shown you in this video. First, don't fall for eco-marketing or greenwashing guilt trips, or those more is better messages. Companies want you to think that buying more, using more, and wasting more is the answer. Using less is the easiest way to help both your wallet and the planet. Second, small daily habits add up. Sure, cutting back on detergent or washing in cold water might feel like small victories, but over a year, they'll save you hundreds. That's money you could spend on something way more fun, like a massage. Remember those? You should go get one after watching this video. You deserve it. Third, easy is repeatable. I found that good habits are more likely to stick if I make them as easy as possible. Everything I've shared so far is meant to be easy. Now that you know how to make smarter laundry choices to save time and money, what about the rest of your home? You're probably wasting money on cleaning products around your home that you don't need. To stop that, click on this next video to learn how to ditch those useless products and save even more money around the house.